Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting, well, actually, I should say sophisticated edition of the Coffee Cast.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Thank you. It is National Cappuccino Day. So, of course, we had to show off the very lovely work of barista Soraya, who does some lovely cappuccinos.
Gorgeous work.
Yes. Now, a little something that you should know before we talk to our guest, Lin, from you're from Pro Arts Maui.
Indeed.
You're the entertainment director, right?
The executive director.
Oh, executive.
I know, it just makes it even more like us.
Oh my God.
Stick your finger out, darling.
Oh yes, hang on, every now.
Yes,
now.
I've still even got my hat on.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh. And me in public without me sundries.
Now I've probably got hat hair, but still.
That's okay.
So.
But the cappuccino is originally from one of the birthplaces of one of the finer homes of theater, Italy.
So true.
Yes, and because you are known to doing accents, we were talking about this before the show.
Yes, oh no.
Let's go through a couple of accents today while we present, because this is one of the neat things. Megan says, hey, you know what, guys, I really love theater. I really like entertaining stuff. Why don't you find something entertaining so I can get some work done? So with that in mind, I brought on executive director from Maui Pro Arts. And your name is still the same, right?
Yes, Lin McEwan.
Okay, I was like, make
yeah.
sure they didn't go through some celebrity thing. Like you're just Lin now. Like you had shared yourself.
No, it's still Lin McEwan.
Okay, just making sure, you know?
Making sure. No, now I'm just Lin. Actually, it is kind of funny because I've introduced myself that way as I start, the curtain speech at the first start of things. I'm just like, hey, I'm Lin, because I feel kind of funny being like, hi, I'm Lin McEwan, the executive director. It just sounds very funny, so I just go, hey, I'm Lin.
Yeah.
If you need to talk to me about something,
yeah,
come see me at the front desk.
You're very laid back at the Pro Arts Center, huh?
Yeah, very. We
she
try.
comes out for her main speech like, Sop Palala.
What's happening?
Yeah. Got some things
How's
happening. Now, this is the thing, though. It's because you guys do shows kind of a little bit of everywhere, not just at the Pro Arts place, right?
Well, we actually, our shows are at Pro Arts. We work with a lot of folks who do things a lot of different places, and really trying to, I think the Maui art scene is so amazing and diverse and collaborative that I'm just trying to really work with individuals who do things all over the island and just bring them in as guests often in Pro Arts. Like, for instance, we have an evening with Laura Cole coming up very soon.
Wait a minute. In a southern accent. Go.
Which?
Oh, let's go for...
Because there are many, as you know,
Tennessee.
being from... Well, it's okay. If we're going for a true Nashville, where I went to school, it's like... Nashville has a certain little twang to it in which we're going to talk about. This is an evening with Laura Cole. This is probably pretty bad, by the way. It's on cue, so, like immediate, and who knows how good it is. So anybody from Nashville, I do apologize. But
they're going to be like, we're going to pray for that.
There is a bit of twang. And when I work there, and, my full name is actually Linda, so they say Linda. And that was one of my favorite things, was to hear my name pronounced with a Nashville accent.
Oh.
Linda. And this, in case, will be Laura. Laura Cole is having an evening, we're having an evening with. So we're trying to do... This is actually the first of this series we're doing. We have such an incredible group of artists here who a lot of people see on, you play this one character, you'll do a thing here in this show or that show. But a lot of our theater artists actually have very cool repertoires of, entire repertoires of songs and, sketches and things like that. So I'm trying to start this series where you'll get a chance to come see somebody do their thing for like an hour and a half, just nothing but them up there doing their thing. A little bit more exposure to some of your favorite local theater artists. Laura's going to have special guests Stephen Descoulias, Michael Pulliam, Sarah Jelly. She's going to be accompanied by Danny M. and Sal Godinez. So it's going to be a very cool show with a lot of little speckled things of theater, some other types of genre in there, a little jazz, a little bit of this and that. So it's going to be very cool. And that's on November 14th at 7:30. And tickets are only $15. So
$15.
Yeah,
Okay, so
bargain.
I want to do something here because Because you said that you spent time, a lot of time in Boston.
Oh no, this is my bad. I'm bad at this one. I'm bad.
You sure?
I'm not great.
Oh, well,
definitely not great. Because you know what it is? It's the northeastern accents are hardest for me to do because I'm from Baltimore, y'all.
Oh.
And I had to work really long and hard to get rid of my native accent, and it's actually the hardest. I went for a very generic North American accent because I was an English and theater major, and people do not usually take it very seriously as an English and theater major or when doing voiceovers if you wash your hands in water in the zinc, which is what I did as a resident of Baltimore.
Oh my gosh.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Yeah.
Baltimore.
Well, see, that's just it. Like where I'm from, we didn't have consonant sounds.
No, there's nothing. You just blend it all together.
Y'all need to get in before it gets too dark at night and the street light come on.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm saying?
Get rid of it all.
Yeah.
Because you're from North Carolina. And
North Carolina.
That's just all
yeah. North Kakalaka.
North Carolina. Yeah.
See, y'all don't know nothing about that.
No.
Yeah.
And I love North Carolina because it's this beautiful thing that's like right in between, like. Because there's the Georgia accent.
Oh, the
that's
regal
like
Georgia. Beauregard.
Yes.
Avery, fetch me my car.
Yes, is that sort of very relaxed and all that. And North Carolina's kind of stuck right between that and the Virginia. The Virginia rolling.
Yeah.
The foghorn leghorn kind of one that I love. I had an uncle who had the most beautiful. Everything took absolutely forever to say.
So Boston.
His accent. So Boston is going to be so bad.
Let's talk about.
This is all on cue and slightly inaccurate, so I apologize for the lack of subtlety.
I hope it's all on cue. That's where I work.
Lack of subtlety.
So, incident of the dog in the nighttime in your best Bostonian.
Oh my God. This is going to be so bad. I'm so bad at the Boston accent. Oh. I'm trying to even think of something to say about this where I could go into it. Oh my God.
Okay, let's try.
I'm so sorry. The Boston one is not one you just go into. You gotta practice that one because it's so particular.
I know, because I'm getting concerned at the moment. I'm like, should I bring out the doll and be like, where did Boston hurt you?
No,
why
it's
can you not?
I know it sounds funny because it's so many people do bad Boston accents because they think they know what it sounds like, but it's actually kind of. There's a lot of subtleties to it. There's a lot of tricks to it. It's not just like, Target.
Yeah.
Going in your car.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got a little bit of that. You got that slightly, the nasal and northeastern thing, and then you got that. But, and there's the Southie thing where you taking the.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a friend of mine from Boston found a picture of a Target in which the light had gone off, and she was like, yeah, that's our Target.
Yeah. Target. Yeah.
And it's easy to do that part of it, where you're just kind of doing the.
Yeah, you drop the hard R's and
R's, and it's just rolling off you there. But it's more subtle than that, and it's hard to get into in the real details of it all.
Oh.
And then you end up kind of sounding like a New Yorker by the end of it if you're not paying a lot of attention.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
So you just regionally drift dialectually.
You regionally drift if you're not,
Okay. So
dialed in.
I'll do one that I can actually
that was graceful,
do.
what I just did there.
So
anyway.
Here we go.
Australian.
I thought you were
gonna have me going.
What is it about you? Lynn, you're like, I'm going to hate him by the end of this show.
No, I mean, there's ones that are just easier for me to go into. Like, I could probably, I could go into the Scottish real quick to talk about the Maui comedy series that's coming up here. It's going to be a very awesome show with a lot of people like Todd Armstrong. And you can do the rolling R's of the Scottish accent is easy for me to go into for some reason because I've done it for a lot of times. I don't know why. I've just done it and it's easy for me to go into. There's some you can and some you can't. And some you got to get prepared for to do. You got to analyse a script before you really figure it out. But in the meantime, this is the Maui Comedy Series, which is coming up and which is sponsored by Power Up Comedy, presented rather by Power Up Comedy. Mm-hmm. And then it depends on how Scottish you get. You get different parts of Scotland because you get those ones that are a bit clearer. Yeah. And you put in more in the front of the mouth. But then you get into Glasgow and it all goes right in the back of the throat and it gets really difficult to understand.
Now see, the bad thing is I'm Welsh.
Oh, That's really tricky. I can't do that one.
You can't do Welsh?
No, well, I mean, I can if I work really hard at it, but there's a lot of very specific stuff in how it comes out.
May I make a
please,
suggestion?
Will you teach me here? Break it down for me.
Well, first off, we have not nearly enough alcoholic beverages.
To do Welsh, yes. It does get easier to do the Welsh accent.
Well, you find out, like, it's all about being a little drunk.
You can say that, you're Welsh. You can say that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, I'm not. People of Wales, I'm sorry.
Wales.
But
all of you in Wales who are watching this Maui podcast.
There's actually a few, believe it or not.
I bet there are, because if you are Welsh, I feel like, there's a lot of connection amongst people here.
Right. Well, they're always wanting to see one do good from the home country.
Well, and I don't think a lot of people here in America actually realize that, Welsh has its own, there is the language of Welsh.
Yeah, there's no vowels.
Right, oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, you'll see a
number
street
of
sign.
consonants in a row.
GRRRNTSRRR.
And the words are so long. They're so long, too. It's not even just a bunch of consonants. It's like a 15-letter word with no vowels in it.
Yeah, and that word will mean
great.
something like blue.
Yes. Oh, but I did not finish, by the way.
Yeah, the comedy series.
November 22nd is actually the date of the comedy series that's coming up, and then there's going to be another one on December 8th. They're both at Pro Arts. 18 and older. But super fun, hosted by Chuck Thompson. It's a really great show. A lot of local comedians. It's going to be a really good time. And that's actually a full weekend of comedy at Pro Arts. We've got November 22nd is Power Up. Then November 23rd, we've got Free Range. And then November 24th, we have Maui Improv.
Oh.
Also on November 24th for something... Oh.
California.
This is just going to offend people. Because there's nothing, when people say California, you end up just doing basically the stereotyped Fast Times from Ridgemont High, like, dude.
No, I didn't say Humboldt.
Really funny. So what part of California then? Because, I know this sounds funny. I'm an East Coast girl. I've not spent much time in the western part of the country.
Okay.
Kind of skipped over.
Couple recommendations. West Hollywood.
I have been to West Hollywood. I've been to LA.
Yeah.
But I've not been to Northern California, which, I really want to do. The wine country and San Fran and all of that one of these days. They
have like this faux fanciness there. They're like, welcome to Napa Valley. The beautiful wine country of California.
Beautiful.
And you're
I love the movie Bottle Shock. That's in my head. That's Northern California. I just love it. I want to go see Hearst Mansion and pretend I'm in Citizen Kane or something.
Since this is classical jazz, what do you got in a Delta Southern? Now that's the Mississippi time. Now that's that old blues talking stuff.
Now the New Orleans. I've only gotten so far, but this is Pro Arts is presenting classical to jazz, and it's going to feature Peggy Schechter and a bunch of other fine Maui local musicians doing a whole slew of interesting pieces that are going to start in the classical realm and move over to jazz and show the transition of what happened when musicians in the early part of the 20th century who were classically trained decided to try something a little bit different. And back in the day, jazz was considered quite revolutionary and like, what are they playing? It's totally different.
And let's not forget all those jazz cigarettes.
And the beautiful thing about this is you're going to get a free catered reception afterward, presented, which is being sponsored by Pukalani Golf Course.
Oh my!
Yes, it's going to be absolutely fabulous. Golf Club, the clubhouse of Pukalani Golf Course. So it's going to be a lovely, and actually that's because they've got a cabin on a hot tin roof coming up at the Maui On Stage is doing that.
Yeah.
That's going to be great with hearing everybody doing the Mississippi. Rolling like you want to have a piece of pie.
Ooh.
Hanging out there.
That's pecan pie.
Pecan pie. Love it. But yeah, that's happening on November 24th. So that's a very busy weekend at Pro Arts. And then we've actually also got Vinny Linares and Oh Boy Productions are going to start up the start of the next week on the 25th and 26th. We've got a free reading of Matt Spangler. I don't know if you got to see Tortilla Curtain or Albatross, which were wonderful. They were presented at the McCoy. And
I didn't get to see those.
Albatross was phenomenal. It was a one-person Frank Kane alone on that stage. Jennifer Rose and Vinny directed it together.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to let the Maui Movers truck go by real quick.
Oh, no.
There you go. Oh, I wasn't sure if it was affecting the sound. Oh, no. He's got sophisticated sound here, ladies and gentlemen. It is not affected by the passers-by. My word. But, so it's a classical, it's a reading of Matt Spangler's work, which he's brought. He and Vinny have an awesome collaboration. He does work that's all over the place. He actually did the play version of The Kite Runner, which is running in, I think he said it's running in Abu Dhabi this fall. And yeah, I know.
Wow.
And it's in London. But he's an amazing playwright, just beautiful work. And he and Farhad actually wrote this piece called Operation Ajax, which is about the transition of power in Iran back in the day, and the CIA MI6
stuff.
operation that went into it.
It's a feel-good comedy of the summer.
Totally feel good. And we've actually got actor Farhad, who's actually was in the movie Argo, and was so good that he had this little one-bit scene, and Ben Affleck actually grabbed him because he was so good and gave him this featured role that was actually like particularly talked about in all these reviews, and like I think it was like Variety and Entertainment Weekly and all that.
Do you know how good you got to be to impress Batman?
I tell you, it's true. Yeah. So he's going to be actually on island. He wrote it, and he's going to be on island performing the lead role in the play, which is going to be very cool. So come out and for a free chance to see an actor who's been in an Oscar, a best picture winner of the Oscars. I just got all sorts of tongue-tied there.
Yeah.
But come on out. That's the 25th and 26th at 6:30, and it is free. And it's going to be awesome, and presented again with Oh Boy Productions, Vinny Linares. Very cool.
Right there, but we didn't get to the Australian accent and talking about the curious dog.
Shane's difficult.
Yeah.
And particularly because we got someone who is from Australia in Curious Incident who may be watching this and going, you do an absolutely appalling. And
You do
listen
sound
how
a
bad
bit
that is.
posh.
Appalling. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's because I get stuck. Australia has a fascinating pattern in the northernmost is much thicker, and as it gets down towards Melbourne starts to sound more and more
you mean Melbourne?
like Melbourne. And again, even Melbourne is pronounced slightly differently where you are, depending on where you are in Australia.
Yeah.
But as you get down to Melbourne, it actually gets closer and closer to. It sounds a little bit more like British. A little bit. It's kind of a.
It's a little more proper. But then there's Queensland, which is Crocs came out here, bought you in the knees. Nothing I can do about that. Bobcatter.
Wait, why don't you ever come out and do any shows, sir? I feel like we should have you on some of our stage one of these days. You're rather good at this sort of thing.
Well, or Troy, just a bit there. Little of this, little of that.
Yes, I'm going to have Sharon is in the Curious Incident. The Dog in the Nighttime, which is going to be in January and is going to be fantastic. It's based on a really popular book by Mark Haddon. That the number of people who've come up and been like, "You're doing that? I love that book. It's one of my favorite books." And it was adapted by Simon Stevens and actually won the Tony and the Olivier Awards the years it was put up on the West End and in Broadway. And it's really fantastically written show about a teenager who's, I'm going to say, neurologically divergent. He's just, he's a little bit different. He's got social awkwardness, but he's brilliant. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No.
You're like.
No, it's not specified in the script, and it's kind of great in that way of that you're not given any preconceptions of what this character is. You just introduce to him and his interior world, and it's kind of, the place sort of takes place in his mind in a way. So it's going to be, we're doing some very cool things with how it's going to be presented. There's going to be a lot of projections and cool things to kind of give you to put you inside the mind of this very unique, very talented and fascinating individual, and being played by Molly Oberg. It's going to be very cool. I'm very much looking. I think it's going to be something really special. Nice. And that's going up in January, on January 10th.
Yeah. So let's see. Because we're going to wrap things up here. Just tell everybody where they can get all this information from. But I'm going to let you pick the accent that we both end the show in.
Oh, okay. Let's see. How are you with the Irish? Because that's, I have dual Irish citizenship.
Yeah. I'm good with Irish a bit.
And in doing that, I'm going to say you can go to ProArtsMaui.com And you can check out tickets for the only other show that I didn't say. I'm going into Scottish again. I don't know why. I'm lapsing in Irish. I
Right.
actually have dual Irish citizenship, which is
Right.
great. But you can go and see Reluctant Elf and all of these other fascinating shows, including An Evening with Laura Cole, which is next Thursday, November 14th at 7:30. But go to proartsmaui.com or call 808-463-6550, and I will talk to you in whatever accent you ask me to do. And I will try.
Yeah.
In whichever one you want.
And then
But
wrapping up in New Zealand. Sue, thanks, bro, for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for
It's a
having
real bum
me.
time there.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm nervous.
Oh, next time.
No, I'm just laughing and I can't even concentrate.
We'll see you
Thanks for
from the
having
Coffee
me.
Cast. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. That was so much fun.